What's up, collectors? It's your friendly neighborhood Mando collector, P. Rockzilla. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the armorer from the Star Wars show, The Mandalorian on Disney Plus. This is one of the coolest characters, looks, and voice. This is the way. Enough said. Dale. Alright, so let's take a quick look at the box before we get the figure out. In front, you got the armorer, picture of the armorer. You get a sideshow exclusive sticker. Another picture of the armorer. Wonder if we'll be able to get her in any of those poses. The legal stuff. Alright. So let's get her out of the box. Alright, so once you get the box open, you're greeted with this nice slip cover right here. It's a cool pose. You can hopefully get the armor in. And then you get the figure. Let's just take everything off, take a quick look at her. So yeah, I mean, this character, I remember when the first time I heard her say, "This is the way." And just her voice in general. Alright, so I should have pulled that off first. So a good thing to know, you should pull the hand off first before you take the plastic. But the good thing is, it's easy to put the hands back on her. Alright, with that in mind, I should have been ready for that one, but I wasn't. My bad. Alright, let's just take this last pieces off her. Well, I'll take it off in a second so you can take a closer look at the character real quick. As you can see, face sculpt looks just like her. This is what I hear from a lot of people who did reviews for her already, that this material on the scarf, or whatever you want to call it, just the material could be an issue coming down the line. I may have some flaking already out the box. Let's see if I can get that closer. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. There may be some flaking already. Here's the material under. Not a fan of the boots too much. They look a little cheap. Oh, they're really covers, that's why. The covers with this little Velcro portion, not Velcro, but elastic portion under there. And this is the meme, or whatever you want to call it, cape, scarf, that a lot of reviewers gave a lot of flack about too. Yeah, well, she does look good though. Paint application is nice. And we can see there. So what I'll do is let's get the other accessories out real quick. Just a quick see what she comes with. Hammer comes with the accessories here. The welding. This was actually painted pretty good. Looks like real metal. It looks weathered. Alright, then she comes with the gripping hand. She has another gripping hand. And another gripping hand. Just a closed fist one. More relaxed gripping. This is more for probably grabbing smaller items. Alright, and she comes with the armor piece. The Beskar. More likely that's what that other hand is for. And her tools. I like the effect they did here where it looks like there's still some in there. All right. So she does come with the base in the bottom and a backdrop. So we'll just basically get everything out and we'll go over the articulation and take a quick look at some of the accessories. All right, so once we get her out the box and all the accessories, this is everything you get in box, including the display base or backdrop. So you only get, she only has one right hand and 3 different left hands for different accessories. Like for example, this is for her, I'm sorry, this one right here. That's for like holding that. So she does get 3 left hands. She gets the base, and then she gets the base, the special one that has the clip that actually attaches into the base, like so. So the same type of base that comes with the Boba Fett. The armor pieces, the welding pieces. So just a quick look at the armor. Look at her articulation. So she can do the T-pose. Oh, wait. I'm gonna say that arm was pretty tight there. All right, she can do T-pose. So we'll take advantage of this pose and see. She has minimum, or actually she does have some ab crunch. She has some crunch going backwards. Forward, just about that much. Not much because of the skirt. I said earlier before a scarf, I would say skirt. All right, so she has that. Her arms, oh, so tight. Only moving that much, but can move up like that. All right, so it's moving, and then her waist can move sideways. I keep hitting the camera, I'm sorry. All right. The legs, because of the skirt, you are hindered unless you flap the skirt up, but she could, it seems like she could do a split. Because of the skirt, it hinders your articulation. Same thing with the articulation going upwards for the leg. It seems like it could go further, but the skirt hinders the articulation for the leg. She never really did any dynamic poses in the show anyway, so. All right, so let's look at the legs. The knees. The knees can only go that far, so only single jointed. The ankles do have some nice articulation. You can go up that much further. Go down. Up. And they do have some good pivot. So she is limited on her articulation. For some reason, this boot seems like it doesn't want to go any further up. I gotta adjust that. There we go. So you can adjust the boot heights. Not a big fan of the way the boots feel and look. They do feel and look kind of cheap. But this was kind of like a last minute character that they made into a figure. I'm gonna take a look at the back real quick. See the detail on the helmet. You have to fucks around with the fur here. See the detail on the belt. The skirt does overlap in 2 pieces. You have the flap going all the way around, and you have the flap at the butt. So, like I said, she's limited in articulation. She can't go any further up with the elbows. And the same thing with the knees. Alright, and then the last piece we'll take a quick look at is this base right here, backdrop. So if you open it up, it does resemble the welding scene when you see her in the show. All of her tools are there, so I doubt I'll use this. I'll use it for a final pose at the end, but for my display base or display wise, I doubt I'm gonna use this. But it is a little more sturdy than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be some cheap type plastic or wood, cardboard. But it does feel kind of like if you pull out like a chessboard, check a chess of checkerboards, kind of feels the same way. All right, guys, so that's everything she comes with. So we'll go ahead and get a quick size comparison, and then we'll get the final thoughts. All right, so here we have her in a basic pose. Let me just adjust this camera a little bit real quick. And we're going to do a quick size comparison with the Armorer with other Hot Toys figures. And we might as well stick to her brethren. And let's stick with the Mandalorian. So let's bring in the OG Mando. All right, there we have the OG Mando. And let's bring in the heavy Mando. All right. So there, let me just adjust the heavy Mando a little bit so you can get a better idea of how they look together. And just for the fun of it, let's throw in Mr. Captain Rex here. So as you can see, this is how she looks next to people from her clan and people from somewhat her background with the clone troopers. So she fits in perfectly with your Mandalorian display. All right, guys, so let's get the final pose and final thoughts. All right, so here we got her pose with the backdrop that she comes with. Like I said, more likely I'm not gonna use it. I mean, it doesn't look as bad as I thought it was gonna look. It is a little tacky. I mean, I wish it was more of a plastic than a cardboard, but it doesn't look, like I said, it doesn't look as bad as I thought as it was gonna look. But for me, I'm not gonna display it with that backdrop on there. Like I said, the figure is limited in articulation. She's a nice figure. I would only really recommend this figure if you're a Mandalorian fan, and if you feel like you need to in order to complete your collection, you need most of the characters from the series. She is a memorable character from the series, so I could understand people wanting to have her. But just in general, I feel like, I don't know, I kind of feel like she's kind of rushed, where she has parts where some parts came out good, but some parts felt like they're just a little cheap. Her articulation, the fact that her joints don't get the full 90-degree bend or double joint, kind of hinders some of the articulation you can do with her. I mean, she's not really much of a dynamic person. Like, in the show, she didn't do anything dynamically other than the fight scene. But I mean, I still feel like she could have been done better. Well, in the end, I'm happy with her. I'm a big Mandalorian fan, so I'm happy to have her in my collection. And like I said before, she's one of the most memorable characters to me in the show, voice and character design. So to me, she was a good pickup. But like I said, to other people, it's up to you. It's not a must-have, so don't break the bank or go out your way to get the figure if you can't. If you have other figures you want in your collection first before her, I would say go ahead and get those figures first. All right, guys, so I hope you liked the review. If you did, please hit the like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you can get notified for my future reviews. Dale.